Some people call it OCD. I call it just double checking things. You might call it being a control freak or something like that. I call it just caring too much, just loving too much because, I care so much about this thing. I'm just going to pay attention to it, make sure people do their best for it, and try to make things go a certain way because I just cared so much about it. That's at least my excuse when people say I'm being too controlling or have some mental thing going on where I'm overly concerned about something. Well, I just care and love too much. 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome to another episode of the Pretty Huge Dilemma podcast. Today, we're going to do some World Cup wrap up. We're going to do a big development in the wrestling world. Then lastly, one trend that I'm not into, not interested in, not sure I'll get involved in. Maybe in 20 years I'll be interested in it, but at the moment not. And it just goes on to the pile of other lists and trends that I'm not fully interested in, so it can just be added to that pile. So we're just going to go over one of those things of something that just came to mind. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, reach out, DM, follow on X, follow on Instagram, watch Pretty Huge Reviews, which recorded a new set of them. I don't know if by the time you're watching this, if I think a new one's coming out Monday, new series. A guest is with me, and it's a little different of a format, things to do, try. Students that watch PhD TV. Oh man, I don't know why I get upset. My heart gets racing from it. My blood pressure goes up. I probably need to get my blood pressure cuff in here, get a blood pressure reading during it, see what's going on with it, get one at the beginning of the episode, in the middle of an intense moment at the end, see what impact video games is having on my blood pressure, which my blood pressure is a difficult thing to measure and see the impact of because throughout the day, blood pressure goes up and down, stressful things. Unless you have like hypertension, then that stays higher the rest of the time. People don't have a definitive answer of what a good blood pressure is. They say 120 over 80 is good, but if you have lower, that's better. But if it's too low, then it's, if I knock this glass over, that would be crazy. If it's too low, then that's kind of concerning. And you need to be put on something to raise it back up. Then you go, well, how high is too high? Then you have this lifelong exposure of it, this Mendelian randomization, which I have heard the explanation for Mendelian randomization probably a dozen times. And I couldn't tell you really much about what it is, why it proves things are right, how assumptions are made, what assumptions make them better or worse, and how to apply it. I've read people explain it, watched videos people explain it, asked AI to tell me how it works. I haven't figured it out. Pretty much what I get is people are born random genetics, and based on just lifelong exposure of those genetics, they can see if things make things better or worse. And I say if it makes it better, we should try to duplicate that. If it makes it worse, we should try to stop having that. And the genetics can only cause that thing. It can't cause some like offshoot side effect that also may or may not help during it. That's pretty much all the understanding I have for it. But apply those things to my health and try to get those figured out as well. So maybe during the PhD TV, I'll just be hooked up the entire time, and every 15 minutes I'll just measure it. Because there are some machines, I don't know the development of it, but what I've heard is there are machines that people have where if they're concerned about their blood pressure, they'll have it constantly on their arm and have to carry around like a pack of it. Because having it around the arm, I think that's the best place to get the measurement of it. There are wrist ones. Whenever I go to the dentist and they try to take my blood pressure there and slap on one of the wrist things, like, what are you doing? Like, are you going to diagnose me with hypertension here at the doctor's office? I mean, it would be like one of the more relaxing places, at least for me, to get blood pressure done, because the other doctors, it's usually like, I'm getting blood work done at the end of this. It's for some sort of sickness at the dentist. It's kind of, I know I'm getting my teeth cleaned. I know what that's going to feel like. It's going to be a little bit not enjoyable, but overall, not crazy experience. The dentists don't have the white coat syndrome because of them. And my mic is on. Good. Yes, on. Good. Green means good. Don't want to have to re record again. Now, that's just in the back of my mind. Some people call it OCD. I call it just double checking things. You might call it being a control freak or something like that. I call it just caring too much, just loving too much because, I care so much about this thing. I'm just going to pay attention to it, make sure people do their best for it, and try to make things go a certain way because I just cared so much about it. That's at least my excuse when people say I'm being too controlling or have some mental thing going on where I'm overly concerned about something. Well, I just care and love too much. You want me to stop caring? You want me to stop loving? Can't turn that off. Love and care too much. With blood pressure thing, they get measured like every 15 minutes around the arm and have to like carry around this thing with them. I have one, it's not too big. I think I almost definitely overpaid for it, but it's a blood pressure thing. The other ones, the difference of the prices wasn't that much. And I don't know, it's fine. It's small, portable. I could definitely fit it with me if I traveled somewhere. But here at home, I can just like put it in a basket because we got way too many baskets here with just random things. We got baskets inside of baskets. So what's even the point of that? So I'm going to use a basket and store my blood pressure cuff in there. I try to measure it. I don't know if I do it accurately, but the automatic one's best I can do right now. I could just get the cuff and the stethoscope. I don't know how to use. I know how to use the stethoscope. You just like put it on there and you hear like the insides of things. Put it up to my wall. See what's inside of my walls. But I don't know how to use them. I don't know how to measure blood pressure. People say it's so easy to do. You just put it on your arm. You just turn up the pressure. Count. Okay, this many times. Multiply it by 4. Something like that. The only one I know how to figure out is the heartbeats. That's the easier one. But before that, I don't know how the blood pressure cuff measures heartbeats for it because I thought like the heartbeat thing is like in your wrist and your neck. So how with this blood pressure cuff is it noticing what my heart rate's at? I don't know how it does that. But anyway, we'll move on from that because that's just, I don't know, measuring my blood pressure for funsies, for health, I guess. The thing was, I bought this blood pressure cuff, and I go, well, if my blood pressure is good, I'm going to stop using it in a couple weeks, a month, maybe. But if it's bad, then that's just going to send me down into a place where I'm not the best. Multiple doctor's appointments follows up, life changes, listening more podcasts on it, and everyone else just having to deal with it. So far, it hasn't been too crazy, not too life impactful. So we'll see how long I keep using it. It's supposed to do in the morning, at night. At night, I don't know. Sometimes a little too busy. I also probably eat too late at night. I eat like an hour, 30 minutes sometimes, an hour before I go to bed. Some people more sensitive to that, eating later in the evenings. Me, I don't know what time fits in my schedule, so I'm going to eat. I'm not going to skip a meal. Then I'm not going to get my 200 plus 200 grams of protein that I need. So I got to eat that late due to my schedule and other things I got going on. So what am I supposed to do? Just not eat and just cut down the number of meals? That's like one of the less things people recommend to do. They say eat more meals, eat the protein more distributed between 3 to 4, 4 to 5 meals. So I'm supposed to have 2? No, I don't believe in fasting. That's not for me. Did the weight loss fasting thing when I went through wrestling. I'm not going back to it. So whenever someone at church or like a Bible study is brought up about fasting, I remember when I was at Florida, we were doing like, I don't know, Bible studies on different things. And the leader, I think, yeah, he was a pastor at the time. We went around like different things like, oh, have you ever done like fasting, thought about doing it? Bible talks about doing it. And I looked at him and said, this one isn't for me, dog. Other things like other things talk about in the Bible to do for discipleship. Okay, sure. Read the Bible more, things like that. Yeah, all for it. I'm sure I can do more of that. But when it comes to fasting, I'm like, this one's a little tougher for me. Went through that phase, wasn't the most healthy way of losing weight. Kind of crash dieting, lose 7 pounds in a day, gain 7 plus back, so like a 14-pound swing in like 2 days. Yeah, I'm okay with not doing the fasting for it. It's not for me. I don't enjoy it. It would just make me hungrier. And I don't know. I'm sure if I condition my body to have less meals, yeah, sure, whatever. But I would prefer not to do that. I'd prefer just to eat more meals, spread out a little bit, stuff like that. All right, why am I talking about this health stuff? I got a lot. I'm not going to talk much more about that health stuff. I probably will. Who knows? But I said we were going to talk about the World Cup. So, World Cup final happened. By the time you're listening to this, it's been a couple weeks, which I might have to fix that. I'm definitely not going to. But if there was something to fix, that might be it. Is the timing. Because I like to record like a week ahead of time. You probably noticed that from the things that I talk about. They're like a week late. Then my takes and things like that, now they're a week old before, and people are able to get instant reactions out. Which that might be more of a thing if I want the instant reaction type things, but that's not what this podcast is about. It's not the instant reactions, because it's become a common thing, which I just might be a hack podcaster. That might just be the real underlying issue here, is everyone is just saying that the third place goals don't matter. I haven't seen anyone who says that they should, besides FIFA giving Mbappe the golden boot. Everyone else is saying third place match doesn't matter. Don't try it. Why even have this third place match? Well, guess what? Did I say it a week before or I don't even know. I think I said it before the game started. I didn't watch it in the game. Might have been cool to watch 6-4. That's like one of the more high scoring FIFA match or high scoring World Cup matches I think there was this year. So yeah, even before that game happened, like these goals don't count. Once I saw that third place game was happening, well, I don't know. At some point, I came up with the idea. Yeah, my toe is itching. I had to itch that under the table. At some point, I came up with the third place goals not mattering. Then the entire week, I hear people on different sports things say third place goals not matter. No one was trying. Mbappe's going to get this because Messi didn't score. Then my podcast didn't come out till the end of the week, and I don't think it's going to get the pop that I thought it would. Maybe at this point, everyone's just going to say, yep, agreed, and move on. It's unfortunate. But anyway, the World Cup final time, I want to talk about it because I want to talk about it, and it's my podcast, so deal with it. But the time of the game, I enjoyed the time of the game. 2 o'clock, oh man, on a Sunday? How could you say no to that? That's similar to like a golf final that's happening on the afternoon of a Sunday. It's relaxing. You don't really got to pay attention to it. You got time to do stuff in the morning. You can go to church, yard work out, do stuff like that on a Sunday. And also, if it was a Saturday, I would have the same feelings. There's like big games on Saturdays, even like the SEC big games that happen like 3 o'clock. And I'm talking Central Time because that's time I'm most familiar with. Which I don't know, best time for watching sports I think it might be the Mountain Time Zone. East Coast too late at night. West Coast time might be too early in the day. You're trying to wrap up work and you're driving home and you got just a sports game halfway done, which might be fine because you just watch the last half of it, or I'm more watching like the first half of it. But even like a 3 o'clock game on Saturdays for CBS playing SEC games, those can be big games happening. Then they don't have to be late in the evenings, which yeah, it's different atmosphere at night. But for like those big games, who cares what if it's a little earlier? People are still hyped for it. Like the Super Bowl, if you played that earlier in the day, I'd be fine with that because it's kind of like the whole day I'm just sitting around waiting for the Super Bowl to happen. In the atmosphere of the game, yeah, people are going to be cheering the entire time anyway. And some people say the fans for that are all corporate anyway, so why does that matter? They're not going to be like the diehard fans making sure the microphone's connected to the recording application I'm using. So why not have the Super Bowl earlier? World Cup game, 2 o'clock. It wrapped up by 4 o'clock. It feels it because it's, I don't know, the times of those games, they got them pretty tight because there's no commercials besides the hydration break. But the game, if it's 3 hours, okay, it ends at 5 o'clock. Awesome. Then I can kind of get stuff ready for the rest of the day, get my food prep the rest of the week. I'm not having to move my bedtime back like a crazy amount. It's still like done at a reasonable time. I'm not up until midnight, 1 a.m. waiting for this game to happen. Like a UFC fight, man, I think I've watched one like UFC main event, and that was like when I was in high school because we went to, I think, yeah, probably Buffalo Wild Wings to watch it. And like stayed up late, closed the kitchen, but let everyone to like sit and hang out in there. But the times of those, I don't know if I'm going to stay up to watch that for multiple reasons. One, not really a fan of it. Two, I don't know if there's a person who would be big enough to make me want to stay up. I mean, Bo Nickel's in it. I haven't watched any of his UFC fights, but it'd be cool just because of his Penn State wrestling background. Gable Steveson, I don't know. His heart's not like fully into one thing. It seems to be so spread out into so many different areas. Like, are you going to do freestyle wrestling at the Olympics? Are you going to do WWE? Are you going to do UFC? Are you going back to Minnesota for, I don't know, you still got eligibility left? You're going to get an NIL deal at some place just to wrestle there 1 year and try to get a heavyweight championship. What's going on with that? I don't know. Maybe he'll come on the podcast to discuss. That'd be surprising. But I'm pretty selective with who comes on this podcast. Not just anyone can come on this podcast for it. I don't know if someone was come on if it would be an interview type process. I'm not an interviewer. Maybe interviewee? Maybe. Man, my hair's messed up. Interviewer? I don't think so. I'd probably just have like the same topics and ask for their thoughts on it. But 2 o'clock, I was fine with that. Even the semifinals games that were a little bit earlier in the day, I didn't have an issue with that. And other people were thinking there's going to be less people watching this. This is in our country, put it in our prime time, blah, blah, blah. Well, I think the TV stations are already aware that Americans will take the day off of work. They'll not do as well at work. Not me. Nope, not me. I'm not doing that during work hours. But they'll take off days of work. March Madness, people take off those days of work just to watch all the games. So they're aware the Americans will take off. So like we already have the American audience captive. So let's get some more of the foreign countries interested in this and put it their prime time. Because if it was at their 3 a.m., that'd be a lot bigger shift than like the American people. Because American people are going to be watching anyway for it. So why do they care? The 2 p.m. game, I thought it was good timing to have that at. I think I only watched like the extra time part of it because I don't know, I was busy doing other stuff. Oh yeah, I was busy playing basketball. The rust is still in the process of coming off. It was not good. It was bad. It was like, I don't know, shooting. When you see someone shoot and it's just like thud so hard off the backboard, like, ugh. You kind of have like that negative thought of, man, this guy's just throwing it as hard as he can off the backboard. That's kind of what it sounded like. I didn't have the touch for it. I banked in a three. It's like, that was bad. That was bad. That was just like doesn't feel like I'm throwing it hard. But once I hear it's like, oh man, that was just like rocketed off the backboard. No real touch there. We'll see. Still warming up, getting ready. Not really for anything, but still knocking the rust off, getting better. I don't know if I'll get back to where I was. Maybe I should start a series where I try to dunk. I think that's a pretty big thing that's happening right now. Just people are like, you know what? I'm a retired athlete. I don't know, anyone can just try to dunk. I'm not going to get good at basketball. I'm not doing dribbling drills. I'm not shooting the ball. I'm not doing free throws. I'm just going to jump. That's it. Just jump. I'm going to prove to people that I can get 10, that I can reach up above 10 feet. That's just my goal. And then I'll say I'm good at basketball. It's like, well, if you were in a game, you wouldn't get that. It has to be like the perfect environment for you to get it. It has to be a gym at 74 degrees. It has to be no one in the lane. It has to be no rules. You have to be allowed to travel. You got to toss it up. There has to be no one there. So it's really even the point. I get it. It would be cool to do that. But filming a whole series to do that and then filming a whole series to not do it, like, man, you spent all this time. You're doing so many leg exercises and workouts, explosiveness, stuff like that. And you just can't dunk at the end of it. Why wouldn't you just keep on doing that? Keep on trying to do that. I don't know. We'll see if I end up trying to dunk. But anyways, the temperature in the gym. Yeah, we'll switch to that because World Cup time. I enjoyed the afternoon games. I liked it more than like a late night game. Because late night game, you're kind of thinking, this is worth staying up for. Is it worth all the issues I'm going to have tomorrow? It's, yeah, nice afternoon game, especially a Sunday afternoon. If it was a Saturday, you know, a little bit better with a night game because you have the Sunday to recover, things like that, and get things done. But the Sunday afternoon didn't have really anything else going on with it. That would it. Didn't have anything else that I was conflicting with, so why not throw it then? But 71 degrees, oh man, we're starting to get some electricity bills here, and I forget which commercial it is, but the ones where it says we can't prevent you from being like your parents when you become a new homeowner. I just keep relating more and more to those because the electricity bill came back, and I'm like, we are getting rid of the AC. We're getting exclusively wall units. If we're not in a room, wall units going off. The lights, I used to just leave lights on like no one's business. I would be upstairs in my room, door closed, and I would still want the hallway light on, plus the light in my room. Someone would turn off the hallway light, run out, turn it on. I was like, I just like this light being on. And now it's like, we're not doing that. We're not using any lights. Natural lights only. If the sun's down, we're down. Nothing extra. Candles, no polyphenols. Has to be soy candles, unscented, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy beyond that. And it's, man, just keep becoming like parents of, yep, electricity bill's too high. We're going to do some exaggerated things. And yeah, it's the summer, it's kind of expected. You account for the ups and downs of it. But I'm like, man, seems like it's all just ups. No real downs of home ownership costs. So yeah, I understand the having the lights off part of it. And electricity costs, fridge door closed. Man, it's unfortunate how much I'm dreading what I did in the past and putting myself in someone else's shoes. This recording the PhD TV and this in one day. That's a lot. Good thing I did the reviews yesterday. Okay. That's water bill. Oh, so was the transition to the temperature thing. Sure, I could have gotten this other transition in there when I was talking about UFC, Bo Nickel, Gable Steveson. That Amazon Video, I always forget what their thing's called, Prime Video, acquired Flow Wrestling. Now, I don't know if this includes the entire Flow catalog or just Flow Wrestling. And the other parts of it, I don't know if I need to wipe my nose or what. Just a little bit of glistening, nothing too crazy. They got the entire, they got Flow Wrestling, which I'm not sure what that means, just read a headline. I don't know if it means they got all the Flow sports that go on Flow or just the wrestling portion of it. So then that also questions, what does Flow Wrestling have? Is it just the international stuff? Because the college wrestling, like those finals happen on ESPN. So does Amazon get those somehow? I am interested in this. And from what I've seen on Prime Video, it's kind of turning into just ESPN 8 the Ocho type of things. It's got pickleball, it's got music festivals, it's got indoor arena football, it's got big Mountain West baseball games, it's got, yeah, just a bunch of weird sports. You always question, where am I going to watch this specific sport at? Well, Amazon Video, Prime Video might be the place to watch it now. So I'm gonna hopefully be more tuned in. The only thing that, I don't know, hindering that, I guess, is I don't follow the calendar of when big events are happening. Of this is the big freestyle Olympic qualifying thing this date. Maybe if I followed it better, which, yeah, that might be on me. But if it's not coming across my timeline, where I'm definitely an interested person in it, just imagine someone else's who's less tuned into it than I am. They're definitely not coming across this. So, again, relying on the algorithm to help me out there, to push things my way that I'm trying to see, which I don't know if it will, because yesterday on the algorithm it pushed me some Japanese music festival. Obviously, I tuned into it. They had 3 channels of it, so I'm like, let's see what's going on here. Saw some Japanese commercials. I assume it was Japanese, might be some other Asian country. And the other channels no one was playing on. It was just kind of a live cam of something. So I really didn't know what was going on there. So Flow Wrestling going to Amazon. I'm interested in it. I like that because I didn't have a Flow Wrestling account. That was one subscription I didn't have, but with Amazon having it, I do enjoy that. I don't know, Amazon just grouping all these things together. Them and Netflix, I don't know what they're competing with, because they're Amazon's trying to get like live sporting stuff, and Netflix is getting like one-off sporting things. But Amazon hasn't got. They got the Thursday night football, but they haven't gotten like one-off type sporting things. Did they get? No, I think Netflix got the Christmas. Oh, I don't even know if they're Christmas Day basketball games. And I know there's Christmas Day football games now. I think Netflix got that. But Amazon, I mean, they're building up their live events catalog, and they're getting more of them. Yeah, I hope that Flow Wrestling, they, I don't know, still advertise for it and see what the other Flow sports are. Okay, what else we got? What time are we at? We at 28 minutes. Okay, this might be the last topic then. So I was talking about one trending thing that, which I don't know how long this has been trending for, but it even might not even be trending now. But a bigger thing is trading cards. Me, not a fan of trading. Well, I'm not against them, but I don't get what they are, what they do, what the point of them is, why they're going for all this money, why we're trying to get all this grading of them, see how good they are, never take them out and look at them. And I'm realizing now I might have talked about this already, but I'm going to keep going with it. The only cards I had was like from the SI for kids. They would have like cards in there of athletes, and you're probably hearing me move this microphone around. Oh well, they had those cards, and I don't even know if I would collect them. I would take them out. There'd be like 9 cards per thing, and I would just order them based on like which person I liked the most from them. They were never worth anything. But once people are getting a bunch of things graded, they're selling for thousands, hundreds, millions dollars. I'm like, what's going on with this Pokemon cards? You're gonna play the Pokemon? Do you play the Pokemon the card game? Did you play Pokemon the card game growing up? I did. There were people you ask, say, hey, do you play Pokemon cards? And like, no, how do you play Pokemon cards? I'm like, it has on there, like, do get this attack. You need this many fires, this many waters, you need this many, just any kind of thing on it, and you play it that way, and you got to beat the opponent and things like that. You don't even know how to play this game, you're collecting cards for it. What's going on with that? Which I don't even know what you do with baseball cards. You literally just look at those. And Jake Mizorowski's glove in the All-Star game, that was sick. That looked cool. I liked that card on the outside of it. I don't know what that card was worth. I don't really care, but it looked cool. So it could have been any range of value and be like, still looks cool. You don't even use the card to play with. You're collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't even see too many people getting those. Too many people collecting those. But you don't even play Yu-Gi-Oh! What's the point of getting all these cards? What's the point of getting this Charizard's Blastoise, which Venusaur? Is that it? Because it's Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. She's just getting left out of all. I don't know if it's a he or she, but Venusaur is just getting left out of all of this because you got the starting Pokemons, they eventually evolve into Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, which Pikachu, that's just kind of Ash gets that because he was late waking up one day. But the other two, the fire, the water, those are kind of just getting left behind. Those are extremely more popular than the Venusaur. You don't see anyone walking around with the Venusaur. But it is cool to see that there's it is like the most valuable ones I'm seeing are like the initial like 150 ones. You're not seeing any crocodiles. I don't even know what the other ones are. What's the one that looks like the fire one? Looks like a chicken. There's that one. Then there's the grass one that has like a weed out of its mouth, grass weed. Um, what's that? Topa Chico? No, that's the water. I don't know, but it's nice. At least the ones I'm seeing are like those initial ones. And I haven't seen like Mewtwo's or Mews. Those would be pretty cool if I saw those. I don't know what people would sell those for. But those would be pretty cool. But yeah, you just see the Charizard ones. Like, where's Venusaur at? Like, Venusaur would cut up Blastoise without any problems at all. But I don't think I'll get into trading cards. I don't really get the point of them. Even the baseball ones it has, like, you kind of just look at these. That's about it. Nothing too much to do besides that. Which other art you just look at? Also not a fan of that art. Oh well. I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for tuning in. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, reach out. Watch Pretty Huge Review. Big reviews. New series. Newish kind of format. Watch PHG TV, X, Instagram. Follow on those. Probably need to get that following up besides just YouTube. Because I think that might help things. But I don't know if I got to pay for X Premium. I don't think so. I think I'm going to stay off of it and just see what happens without it. Thanks. Talk to you guys later. Bye.